So it's like I said, you don't have your phone.
I figured it would.
Yeah.
That'll.
Apps. It's one to listen.
All right. Time being 6 p.m. on the dot, I call this meeting to order. If you will, please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, starting off with public participation. The purpose of this item is to allow citizens an opportunity to address the Bartonville Crime Control and Prevention District Board on issues that are not the subject of a public hearing. Items which require a public hearing will allow citizens or visitors to speak at the time that item is introduced on the agenda. No formal action can be taken by the board on items that are not posted on the agenda. At this time, we do not show any public participants here in the meeting room, so we will move on to item D, regular items. Item D1, consider approval of March 10th, 2026 Bartonville Crime Control Prevention District Board regular meeting minutes. You should have that on your packet, in your packet, as well as on the laptop as well. If there aren't any questions or comments or concerns, I'll entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes as presented.
Motion to accept the meeting minutes as presented.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I second.
Or seconds? Any discussion? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, unanimous on the approval of the meeting minutes, the last meeting. Moving on to discussion of the financial report ending May 2026. I believe Shannon will be presenting.
Yes, sir, thank you. I'm gonna start out with today's bank balance as of today is $177,716. Your sales tax revenue collections are averaging approximately $12,630 per month. Which is not too bad, so I think we'll have no problem reaching our budgeted amount of $130. Interest earnings are averaging approximately $686 per month. And interest is going to expected to start dropping down. The rates of the bank are going down, obviously, and then also this month we'll be taking out the vehicle replacement payment of $58,000. So the interest is going to go down. So we're not confident we're going to meet the interest budget. So the proposed budget that you'll be talking about later on tonight, we have decreased the interest earned from 85 down to 7,000, just because of, we gotta get the balance back up, and then hopefully the rates will start going in the other direction, going back up. Because right now our bank matches the Fed interest rate. So when that goes down, we go down. And then on expenditures at month 8, and we are in the 8th month, we want to have at least 34 of the budget remaining. And if you look in your packet, we are sitting at a little over 40%. It's like 40.5%. So as of right now, with expenditures, we are okay. We're in good standing with the budget. Does anybody have any questions on any specific line items in your packet?
I took a look at it beforehand and didn't have any questions.
We haven't been too crazy. Been pretty normal.
Yeah. All right, any other questions or discussion on the current financial report? If not, then we will move on to item number 3. The public hearing to consider approval of the Bartonville Crime Control Prevention District fiscal year 2026-2027 proposed budget. We'll open it up with the staff presentation by Chief Akron.
Thank you, Mr. President, directors, good to see all y'all. We're putting in for some equipment that we need, it's not a want. Will help us to do our job, how we should be able to do it. It'll help, will go a long way. I'd like to start off with the Blue Voice. And I'd like to have a little video up there for you to look at and watch. Get a little idea of exactly what it is. I know I've given y'all a lot of information, and I'm not sure if y'all had time to look at it, because it was a lot. But I believe in giving you what you need to make a good decision. And if I didn't believe these were needs, I wouldn't bring them to you. Okay?
Hey, Mr. Lieutenant Green from the Quincy Police Department, really pay attention to this training. They'll definitely save you from a lawsuit.
Hi, I'm Miles Murphy, police officer for over 32 years, being on the command staff. And I think Blue Voice is the most useful tool I've seen in policing to date. One of the beauties of it is we not only have co-founders that are Google engineers, but we also have command staff from the police department as well.
Hi, I'm David Lawrence, CEO and co-founder of Blue Voice. Blue is an AI assistant for patrol officers. We built it to answer your questions on state law, local law, policies, and any other department documents. You can also fill out forms on Blue. Our mission is to save you time and to help you avoid liability by making sure you always have the critical information you need just a couple seconds away.
In under 5 minutes, we will show you the platform, get you logged in, train you on how to ask questions and fill in forms, and answer a few questions you may have on Blue, such as privacy.
I'm writing myself to remind.
You can use Blue on Apple and Android devices, as shown here on the right, or on your computers and MPCs, as shown here on the left. In addition, Blue is a completely customizable platform. You'll see these categories shown here and the units in this drop-down menu. They look a little bit different from yours because we've already worked with your department admins to customize your platform. So if there's anything else you'd like to see added to your platform, reach out to your sergeant. First, I'm going to walk you through how to gain access to your Blue Voice account. We've already created your account, so your credentials are already in your department email inbox. Once you open the email, it'll look just like this. You'll find your credentials, and you'll also find links to download the app to your mobile device. If you're on your desktop, you can click on the desktop version of our chat app right down here to access it. Now, for the App Store, the app looks just like this. And for the Play Store, just like this. If your department has opted to enable AI summaries, you have the ability to ask more detailed and more specific questions. We still recommend using the categories up top as search filters to further refine your search. If you know your answer resides in general orders, click on general orders and then ask your question. Now, this example is create a DUI checklist. You can use the microphone or the text box to ask your question to Blue. Now Blue is searching across all department approved resources to generate its answer. While the summary is streaming, you can use the arrows at the top of your screen on the right-hand side to toggle through the quoted responses. Now, once the summary has fully generated, you'll see the summary at the very top of the page as you continue to scroll through it.
What this is, it's Blue Voice is an AI-powered public safety platform designed for law enforcement, first responders, and dispatchers. The application provides officers with hands-free, real-time reference tool using department-approved policies, procedures, and legal documents, rather than open internet sources, improving accuracy and reducing liability. Blue Voice assists officers with legal questions, community resources, and infrequent call types while maintaining CJIS compliance to ensure secure handling of criminal justice information. So this AI system is not open to the public. It's safe. Our stuff, when you go in there and check, it's safe. You go on AI now, it's out there. It's there for however long. We can put all our policies in, forms, general orders, everything in this app. And an officer, if he gets out there on scene, say you hadn't worked a sexual assault for a while, you know, you kind of forget some of the steps. If you don't do it a lot, you forget it. And you can pull it up, what's elements of sexual assault or anything involving that. Case law, it'll give you everything on this app. And it's well worth the cost of it. Right now we have PMAM, and that's gonna be expiring. And this is hands down much better program than that. We paid $2,600 a year for that PMAM. We're getting this for everything for $6,900 basically. It'll never go up. They give us that price, it'll never go up. So it's a great tool. It's like having a sergeant in your pocket out there on scene. And I think it'll make our officers better officers, and they'll be able to make the right decisions out there when they need to make the right decisions. So that's why we're asking for this.
Have you used it elsewhere?
Allen uses it. Highland Village is using it. There's quite a few agencies down south using it. We're gonna give them an example of last night.
For Blue Voice. That's
Oh, okay, that's, anyway, when they go, they're going to, the next chiefs meeting, and I think it's in May. I guarantee you're gonna have agencies sign up for this. It's a great product, and it would help us tremendously.
You put all of your SOPs or whatever, how you name it in there, and so the officer's like, or what are the steps of processing this piece of evidence, it'll pull it up rather than having to.
Yes, no more carrying books or any of that. It's right there in your hand.
As long as it's accurate.
Oh, it's accurate.
It's a closed system, right? It's only what you put into it, it doesn't search outside that closed system.
No,
it's what you build it, so whatever you put into it, that's gonna take it over. So it doesn't reference, so like, they literally put the entire penal code, the entire code of criminal procedure, like it's word for word, so it won't search like Google. It'll do whatever you build it, that's the only thing it'll refer to.
And where does that data reside when you upload it?
It resides on their server for 7 days. Or, I mean, if you put anything into it, it deletes everything within 7 days, but the data is just in the program on their server, so it's built in there, but they have their CGIS compliance. And everyone that works there is CGIS certified, so you can put anything you want in there, and then so if you do put something. Cause there's another program, the workspace that's on there, you can actually put like an offense report with all the details in there and say. Does this meet the elements of whatever crime it is, and it'll sit there and scan it and say, yes, it does, because of this. But you can do that because it's encrypted and it's also, it deletes it within 7 days, so it doesn't stay on that mainframe for like the 90 years that it does on Google items.
Is that cell phone technology?
It can be cell phone or computer, whichever one, yeah. So it's an app on your phone, or it can be, there's a desktop platform you can log into.
So when you talk about reducing liability, let's say just that scenario right there, you put your report in, does it meet the criteria for the crime? And it answered yes, but it's only there for 7 days. Do you print it? Do you?
Yeah, I mean, you can copy and paste it, everything's PDF, yeah. Yeah, you can export anything off of it, it's just a tool to use like right in there, so you can export anything that's on there, so you can.
Because clearly you would want to capture the fact that it told you yes, right?
Yeah, I need to download that thing, your bulk server.
Yeah.
Or records management.
Yeah, you can download anything on the PDF, so that's like our forms, like you could put a time off request in there and you can send it and it'll put it to whoever you want to email it to. Cause you can email things to yourself or to your admin or whoever you want to do it to. You can email it directly from there and it'll email off in a PDF and you can save it as a PDF and it'll save on it wherever you want it. Yeah. You just gotta do all this with the settings. Hopefully you have time to set it.
Is the 6,900 just? Because we only have a certain amount of officers, but is it add officers, is that still apply?
That's for everybody, yeah, cause Highland Village uses it right now, and they're paying 6,900, they have some 40 something, actually, something.
Have you gotten any feedback on other agencies that are currently using it or any negative stuff that they're finding about any of it?
Before, when they first showed us the little demo of it, I was actually in Highland Village talking about, an accreditation stuff over there with their lieutenant. And I asked him if he had heard of it, he's like, oh yeah, check it out, and he pulled it out, and he was, I mean, cause we put like our town ordinances in there, and like, Bartonville's got some strange ordinances and stuff, where, you can't shoot a bow and arrow on 10 acres, things of that nature. So they're, Highland Village is the same, so they're like, you can Google it, or, you can search it in here, and it'll have your ordinances and everything, so he searched it right there, he's like, look, and he showed me, and it did it, he's like, we love it, our sergeant said that. They were complaining today, so like, no one calls us anymore, because they're like, they just. Cause the thing too that's really neat about it is it's all, it's anonymous for the officers, so like if they search something, it doesn't tell anyone, it's not like, oh, Steve doesn't know how to do this, it doesn't tell anyone that. So it's nice, cause it gives everyone the opportunity to ask a question, so you don't feel dumb, it's like, it'll ask you if you haven't worked something, you can put it in there, and it doesn't tell anyone, it's anonymous, so it'll be in there, and you can ask it anything, and that's why they were saying it's a really good tool for people who like, out here, we're lucky, we don't have a huge crime rate, so if there's something they haven't worked in a while, you might be like, dang, how do I do it? You type it in real quick, it'll pop up, and like Steve was saying, you can put a procedure in there to where you can put like a step-by-step of, hey, this is what you do. And we build it to us, so whatever we put in there, that's what it will come up to, so we can put like, hey, what hospital do we use for, something? And it'll say, oh, you use this hospital right here, so you're like, oh, okay, got it, so it eliminates a lot of needless calls.
Sort of that.
Does that come up, do questions come up a lot typically anyway? I mean, that you just have to use a different resource right now?
Pretty much, yeah, I mean, it's usually, a phone call or, trying to go back to your books or, something of that nature, that's kind of how it is, but. And it's really neat too, because it'll say, it's anonymous, but it'll also give a report every month to like your supervisors. So like he'll get an email or I'll get an email every month with what's searched. That way you can see if there's like a training issue, like if you have 32 searches for like a DWI, you're like, okay, clearly we need to train people on DWIs, and so It'll tell you who did it, but it'll say, you know, hey, you've had this many searches for this and stuff. So you can see if there's an issue that you're having with your officers, of like, hey, we need to train them on this one topic, or, you know, hey, we need to be more clear on this policy, because they're asking a lot about it.
When you say we build it, do you mean like somebody's staff is gonna input all this, or is this some part of the company?
It's both, so if it's something simple, like they were showing me, if it's something simple as in like, you know, adding a PDF to it, like a report, like a statement form or something, we can do it, it's easy. But they open up their emails where like you can send them anything, they're like, hey, you send us whatever you want, we'll put it in there, and they add everything, that's all included, it doesn't matter if it's 1 page or it's 700 pages, they're like, we'll add anything you want there.
And you can continue to add to it throughout the year, and whatever you add at that point stays. It doesn't.
Right,
Go.
yes, because that was my question, I was like, you know, obviously policies change, so you know, you ever get a new chief who wants to change something, or hey, someone messed it up, and you're like, oh, let's not do that again.
Yeah.
You can always, and you can always update it, and you can always add it, or you can always take out things, so if there's something like. A new form, you know, or if there's an old form, you're like, hey, we're not gonna use this anymore, you can always take it out and replace it, and that's included all the time.
But you're only gonna have to upload things that are unique to Bartonville. Traffic code, penal code, text all along.
That's already in there.
So that's all you're gonna have to update, it's just Bartonville.
Right, yes, yeah, and that's, I'll touch on that, they do auto update like state law, they do that automatically, that's included, so they're like, hey, we have people who they watch that stuff, so if like. In the legislative session, if something new comes up, they'll automatically update that without even.
Even throughout the year.
Throughout the year, yeah, they'll update everything, if it's something for us specifically, like our policies, yeah, we gotta let them know, obviously, hey, here's the new one, and we just send it to it in an email and they'll do it.
Quick.
But if there's, state laws, anything of that, case law, any of that, they automatically upload that to, you know, on their own.
How many players are in this space? How many other branded products do this?
Not, well, the only one I've heard is there's one other one, and it's like 3 times the price of this one. No, I haven't seen any other ones that are so far, it has that CJIS certification,
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
CJIS certified.
But yeah, there's one more that does it, and that's what Helen Village was talking about, they're like, we looked at it, but they're like, it was like $17,000 to do it, so they're like, this one is easy, because they promised, they're like, no, we don't. Cause it's a bunch of cops who built it with, you know, engineers, and so they're like, no, we promised this price will stay, you sign a contract and it's that price forever, it doesn't matter how many you have or anything.
Is that like a subscription price, or is it just like at the end of the year, if we go, okay, we don't wanna do it anymore, you just don't.
It's just
pay
a
it?
contract, yeah, just at the end of the year, yeah, 1 year annually, every year you sign it annually. But there's no like subscription or anything added, it's just if you, every year, if you wanna keep doing it, just keep adding up to it.
I don't see us getting rid of it. I mean, it's a great tool. And the difference between this and a book. A book, yeah, you say, well, okay, what do I have here? You can put it in there in AI, give what you have, and it'll tell you what law it is. I mean, it's a book, you got to read and dig until you find the right one. This is a great tool.
Is that what you do now? You have a book in the car?
Or you Google it.
Or you Google it?
Google it, you can't believe it, they will Google it. That's why it's so good about this, we know it's accurate.
Yeah, you might be pulling up New Jersey or something and not
Anything.
realize that, doesn't apply. Interesting.
Sounds like a cool tool.
Yeah.
It's well worth the money, well worth it.
And the other was sunsetting, it looks like, right? They're getting rid of them.
Well, the other one is just that PMA work, the PMA is just a policy, it doesn't do the AI.
Doesn't do all this.
That's just basically it's a database online for our policy, so you can search up our policy.
We won't need that.
So this will leave all of that in,
Yes,
Was that something we were paying for yearly also? So we won't have that if we have this.
right. Yes, this is an all-in-one, the other one just does strictly policies and some forms. But that one, it doesn't do any of the searches, it doesn't have the penal code, this is an all-in-one, and they're continuously working on this one. So they were saying like they asked for feedback, so if there's anything new that someone might have in a question, you know, hey, can it add, you know. Example, but they're actively building on it, because they want it, their end goal is they want it to be like an all-in-one platform to where. You can do like personnel files, everything eventually to it, to where it's all just one system you can go to and it does everything. That's their end goal, at least, that's what they're looking at.
You're saying the one we currently have is 2,600.
2650, I believe it is.
So we won't have that,
No.
and so that would kind of.
Supposed to really 43. Yeah, so
What,
what
43
43 changes.
43, 20.
That's great.
You mentioned that they're constantly working on it and. If they add something to it and bolt it on, does that come with a new price or does
No.
it stay at the same?
It's just they keep it updated.
Yeah, 'cause they've actually.
There's no more added cost to this.
Okay.
Yeah, and talking about Highland Village, they've already added a significant amount before Highland Village, whenever Highland Village first started. They've already added to it, they're just like, oh no, it's just a new update, here you go, and that's it, it's not anything that's new.
How long's Highland Village had it?
They've had it for about a year now, I want to say, they were one of the first customers, and so they're the ones, they're actually the ones that were posting it the other day whenever we found out, because. They're trying to push it out, so like, hey, we love it, so you know, everyone else kind of get involved in it.
So
Not
it's
getting any-
a year-old company too.
I'm not sure exactly how old, I just know that's how long they've had it, I know they're one of the first ones that have had it, so they're kind of the first, so they, yeah, them and Allen were both the first ones.
You're gonna see agencies jump on board, I guarantee you.
Okay, if there's no other questions, let's move on to the next item that's requested, the Flock Nova license, Flock Nova Intelligence.
Just Flock Nova. You know, we already have Flock cameras and coming out of our budget now, at 50,000 a year. The budget includes funding for the Flock Nova Investigative Intelligence Platform to enhance police department's investigative capabilities. Currently, Bartonville PD relies on Denton County Sheriff's Office analysts for research and case support, which can result in delays due to county workload priorities. If they have something going on, they're gonna put us on the back burner. And it could be days, it's, you know, that we're wasting. So Flock Nova provides officers with real-time investigative tools by integrating with the town's existing Flock LPR camera system and the consolidating of records, CAD, RMS, public records, and open source intelligence into a single searchable platform. Benefits include increased investigative independence, seamless integration with existing infrastructure, unlimited user access without per user licensing fee, improved efficiency and developing leads and support for modern data-driven policing practices. The platform requires no additional hardware or IT upgrades and offers a lower overall cost compared to a similar system such as Accurate or TLO. This is $2,000 a year added to our Flock system. It's an unbelievable tool and it's a lot cheaper and accurate and TLO. And we have none of that now. We have to rely on other agencies to help us on investigations, on information. And we need it at our hands because if they're tied up, days on investigation, you're not working, you could miss a lot of facts, a lot of time, negative away or anything. So it's a great tool. Kobe LT can tell you how this works.
Yes, so it's, that's what they call an open source intelligence thing. It's basically, it'll search one system, it'll search, when you're trying to find information on somebody, it'll search. I mean, anything that's open source, which is like social medias. They could search, utility bills, like everything like that. So if you have like a name or an address, and you just wanna know if someone's living there or, you know, a vehicle, you can put it in and it'll pull all of that from the internet into basically one system. And so this one, it's blocks, and so it adds the Flock LPRs that we already have into it, and before we used to have Accurate, which did all this, but it was like $600 per user, so it was just like one user per, you know, it was pretty expensive. This one is $2,000, and that's unlimited, it's anyone, you can have as many users as you want. So it's a good tool, and like Chief was saying, like right now, we don't have, you're just kind of doing the good old fashioned Google, and you don't kind of do some old school police work, doing it that way with, what we have. This is an all-in-one system that you can do everything and more with just one program instead, so.
So, because I don't understand, so Flock picks up that a license plate is stolen vehicle, or is there more than just this?
Yeah, so
And then this would, you could delve deeper into, or look for this person, or?
it could, yeah, it's also just for any type of investigation at all, it's Flock is just a company who's kind of sponsoring this one, but you can use it for anything, like you could have, if you have like a theft and all you have is, a name, you can run the name and it'll pull up anything that's an open source
Oh,
information.
so it's not
It's-
related to the Flock cameras?
It integrates any Flock, so it can use their license plate readers out there, but it's Flock system, because they're getting into like the public safety software.
It's a brand.
So yeah, it's just a
It's a
brand.
different offering.
Yeah.
Flock offers their cameras, their LPRs, and now they've got this Nova Intelligence platform as well. So it's a different offering, but they still integrate together.
It
get
talks.
Data from.
Yeah, it'll talk to each other.
Not this program, we used Acronym, it was integrated into our domain credit system in New York. And so if you ran somebody, you had minimal information on them, it would return to you like potential cell phones, potential associates, past addresses, criminal records, past registered vehicles. Like if you were searching for somebody, trying to find out more about them in an investigation, it was the guy, right now, you're stuck with just what the records are, the police records, if they've had touches with the police, if they've gotten tickets, that this expands public records, which you could find on your own, but it would take hours to find, because this consolidates over the media, and now they've integrated social media into it and everything, so it gives you almost like a person report on a person about their life, what car, like I said, what cars they owned in the past, what's been registered, what addresses they were that potentially associated people with them through phone numbers and all this, so we used it a lot in New York. So I understand that they're focused on the value of it, it was a valuable resource, and that was through Akron, this is.
Yeah.
They're all basically.
Yeah,
They're all very similar.
it's the same thing, it's just, to our benefit, we already have Flock, so it's easy because it ties into to that system. But the cost too, like it's $2,000 and it will not, and it's the same thing as Flock where you can sign a contract, so you can sign a contract for, 3 to 5 years and it'll stay $2,000 and it's unlimited. Cause like I said, we had Accurate before and it was like $600 per user. And there's even some, I think like TLO, it's like per search you have to pay or sorry, so this is like unlimited searches, unlimited users, unlimited data, it's all included in that fee. But like Steve was saying, it's like. You can find that stuff manually, but you have to, you have to look through it one by one. This is one system where you can put it all in and it pulls all that into just one program.
Is it AI related also?
There's a little bit of AI into it too, it uses it, it's kind of like everything nowadays, but it's a huge system to where. You can search and it'll pull social medias, phone numbers, people, it'll make like a little, like on TV where you see a little spider web, it'll make that to where you can add it into an investigation and you can start. Kind of adding it that way, but it does all that into the system, so you don't personally have to go do it manually.
Sounds cool to me. Utilities and everything.
Yeah.
It's
Good
awesome.
tool.
For an investigative standpoint, it's great, and trying to find them, especially in a situation where like. Time is of the essence, and you need the fact of like urgency. You have minimal information, plug it in there, and maybe it gives you 2 or 3 addresses to go take a look at that maybe a worthwhile, that, so I think it's a great tool.
Yeah, it's great, and like I said, like right now, we don't have one, so we use the sheriff's office, and they're obviously very nice and let us use it for free, but. With the county growing and how busy they are, there's times where they're like, I'll have to call and she's like, oh, I'm sorry, you working on this, I'll get you in a little bit, so it's just.
It could be days.
It's, yeah. What were you saying, gentlemen? Sorry.
And then the avenues for oversight, to prevent abuse of the system.
Yes, yeah, so it'll give a kind of similar to Flock where if you can add and restrict users, and so like. It's unlimited users, but you don't have to give everyone one. It could be, one person could have it, you could have, a supervisor have it to search it. It's whatever you wanna do. There's restrictions. And it gives you a report too, where, all searches are documented, so you can go in there and audit them and make sure no one's looking at their girlfriend or something like that. It's, it'll stay in there, and it'll give auditable reports. So yeah, that's all in there as well, and the restrictions, you can give anyone, you can have it to where they can't search anything, you can have it to where they can just, view certain things, the sky's the limit, whatever you wanna set, you can.
And then adding a monitor those searches.
Oh, yeah, just like we do with Flock, I mean, everyone, people can be, our officers can search on Flock, but obviously we audit it every, we check just to make sure no one's searching your stuff or looking up any random people, things like that.
Any other questions on the Nova Intelligence Platform? If not, we'll move on to the next item, which please.
Just one quick question, and that would just be $2,000 over and above what we already have.
Yes,
Is that
sir.
correct? Okay.
Okay, no, good, all good. Next item, I think, is the replacement of the existing less than lethal shotgun system with the 40mm impact launchers.
We currently have one less lethal shotgun, just one. And we have 4 units. So if you get on a situation where you say you have a man with a knife, instead of killing him, you want to try to use your less lethal.
Yeah.
So a 40mm is much safer than the shotgun, because history with the shotguns, you can take the beanbag round out and put a shell in there and forgot you did it, and then you don't know what's gonna happen. So another officer gets it and it's not a beanbag round, so he ends up killing them. But a 40mm, we're proposing the budget includes funding to replace the department's current shared less shotgun system with 40mm less lethal impact launchers to equip each patrol unit with a dedicated device. The department currently operates with one shared less lethal shotgun, creating delays in access and inconsistent availability and reduced readiness during multi-officer responses. If you're the first officer on scene, you might not have time to wait till it gets there they're stuck. The 40mm launchers provide improved officer and public safety through greater accuracy, more reliable performance at longer distances, and enhanced target discrimination in dynamic situations. Equipping each patrol vehicle with a launcher ensures immediate access to less lethal options, eliminates the need to transfer equipment between units, and supports de-escalation, crisis intervention, and safe incident resolution. The upgrade also replaces an aging beanbag shotgun platform that has limitations in accuracy, consistency, and deployment. Budgeted costs include the launcher, associated less lethal munitions as part of the department's ongoing equipment modernization efforts. The launchers itself are $1,365. We did not pick the most expensive one. We do believe we picked the best one out of the bunch. Your ammo for ammo is $501, and reloadable training kit is $320. Now, this is all one-time cost other than the reloadable training kit. At some point, you have to add more to that. It depends how much training you're doing.
What does the ammo consist of?
Sponge rounds,
Okay.
and they'll do the job.
And how is that a one-time cost? I mean, as you use them, are they reusable? I mean,
Now, what I'm saying is, these will last a long time. You know, how long? They have a lifespan. If you're not using it, you won't be replacing them. So now the training ones, at some point, we'll have to buy new training. We'll train with them every year.
But if you use up the ammunition, I mean, if that $501 buys you 500 rounds or whatever, however many rounds, and you use them all up, you will have to buy more, right?
Yeah, whenever that comes around, but
Okay.
They're more than 15 rounds. You don't use those for training.
Right.
So chances of us using 15 rounds
Right.
is probably great.
Gotcha, okay. I didn't
Yeah,
understand.
that's why I said one time,
Yeah.
you might in 10 years.
Yeah.
Unless we have a riot. You know, I don't see a riot coming to Bartonville.
Gotcha.
Well, you never know, but.
They took that crazy speed bump by the program, but I think a chance of dividing is.
That was the speed bump, sir. That was a speed mountain.
I think the, our repair place had it, but it just so you.
How many officers do we have now?
We have, well, we're down one, so we have 7 right now,
And they share 3 vehicles.
pretty much.
That's right. Okay. I thought we had more vehicles than that.
I was surprised to find out that we just had one less lethal shotgun.
I was shocked when I came here.
How's this, maybe we got one gun and one bullet?
I thought it was very good.
Well, that's what.
Still got.
So that shot,
there any other piece of equipment that you all share that you would prefer to have more than one of?
No, I think that's pretty much the only one that's being shared right now.
Yeah,
and that shotgun's gonna be decommissioned, right? You're
Yes.
gonna get rid of it, just replace it
Yeah.
with these 3.
we can probably sell that to another agency,
And
yeah.
any other questions about the less lethal? All right, if not, let's keep moving. We got next is the Motorola Solutions radios.
Okay. This is a pretty big purchase. And,
When did you start out,
but it's a needed one.
radios like 2 years ago, or was that just additional radios from the?
We just thought about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, additional ones.
Didn't we talk about this with cheap rigs? Didn't we know this was coming? I think we did.
Yeah, sure. The radios we have now, they anywhere from 12 to 14, 15 years old. Mine I carry, I gotta make sure my knob stays on it, or it doesn't switch when it's on. So these radios we're going with, we're not gonna go with the 6,000 that they replaced over with. They're gonna be obsolete. And they try to make them obsolete to the 2022, 23, but they have parts that fix them. And, once that runs out, they're gone anyways. So these radios right here, they're very nice radios. You get Wi-Fi, you can go into some of these schools or buildings and you might lose contact with dispatch. It'll switch over to Wi-Fi. And you'll be able to talk. I can be at my home, be able to talk to Kobe probably at his house with it. I mean, they're great radios. Now, they're not cheap, but you know, none of this is cheap. But we won't play 7 radios. We'll keep those other 2 as reserves. And I'd like to do the 5-year option on the lease. That's $13,264.96 a year for 5 years. After that, they're completely ours. They have a 5-year warranty on them and touch screens and everything on. They're very, very nice radios.
$1,900 a piece.
So it's not 13,264.96 annually. That's the total price for the full 5-year term.
That's each year.
That's
Every year
each
times
year.
5.
Oh, they're expensive.
Every year times
So
5.
that's for the 7 radios.
7 radios.
Okay, so that is it.
But that'd have us set really well with radios. We wouldn't have to come back for years with the radios.
That's $1,894 a radio times 5 years.
Yeah.
Which is $10,000 per radio.
Oh, yeah, that's about, about,
And
And I'm assuming
they're more expensive than a car radio.
Yeah,
is the 5-year contract term the only option they allow? Or will just the 13,000 go up if you get a 2-year contract?
Oh, you have a 2-year, we have a 2-year contract for $30,000, $639, 3 years at 21,018. 4 years at 16,190.17, and 5 years for 13,264.96.
So it does scale.
Yeah, and this comes with maintenance and stuff, if they stop working, that's all, that.
More 5, just
all that.
5-year warranty, no matter what, you dropped it and say if it broke, they replace
Oh, they
it.
replaced.
We said 5-year warranty, is that just during the lease or is that after?
No, it's not after, they'll only carry 5 years.
Okay.
After it's over, we own the radios, we
We
own
own the
radios,
radios.
if we like keep maintenance or coverage on it, then they charge us some kind of a
Yeah,
maintenance, extended warranty fee or something to put on.
these radios should last us several years, and our officers take care of their equipment, so that's the main thing too. You know, as long as they take care of it, they'll last.
And that price,
Real quick, what did you say the current life of the current radios? They're like 12 or 13 years old or something?
Ours is right now probably 12, 13, 14, 15 years old.
So we'll be able to get that kind of lifespan.
Oh, absolutely,
These.
absolutely.
they do all the programming for that and everything, that's not additional.
Yeah, so that's included in this. They do, that includes they connect to they use LTE also. And that connects to the AT&T network, and that's included in that.
And they can program them, we don't have to take them to Denton County, they can
They're
program.
gonna do, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's a total of $66,000 over 5 years.
that's what they cost. They're expensive.
I think it's.
But if we have them for 12 to 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
This is not
Yeah.
a safety investment. I mean, the radio is probably the most important thing on the house gun, but I mean, without that radio, you can be in some bad trouble. If you're in a place where it doesn't work, and you need help. But it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a lot of places where it won't work.
Yeah.
The neat thing about these two is, say if you get the foot chase, and say you fall down or something, you're laying on the ground,
It'll GPS.
it'll hit. And it will send a tone, they'll know where, they'll see it.
Does it have full detection on it? Like you're laying, so you're like the firefighter.
If you're laying down,
Yeah, you said that it has something in there, I don't know, but it's, if your radio's laying vertical, it'll, horizontal. Yeah, that's like, it's like I said, I'm a cop, not a man. Yeah. If you're laying horizontal you pick the time, you can pick like up to 60 seconds to like 5 minutes. It'll automatically send your emergency button with your GPS to, everyone do that, so.
Yeah.
That way, when you get, something happens to you and you didn't get to call out, it'll automatically send that. And then on the touch screen, you can go on there, everyone's GPS is on there, so you can see where everyone that has one is at.
you know, these large acreage out here, you can get the foot chase and be out in the middle of nowhere. You never know.
Okay. Any other questions on the radios?
How we done day drive on our car radios? Oh, it's good.
We're up on car radios. Yeah, well, I don't think I'm gonna have a problem with those.
We replaced those with the new cars, we've got
Yeah.
2 years, what year or whatever it was, they came to the. So, yeah.
That's the best way to do it, if you get a new unit. No, you know what I do, that. I get new equipment with
Just
it.
build it into the price of the unit.
Yeah, in fact, yeah.
Okay. Let's move on to the tactical shields.
The last one. Senate Bill 33, the Valley Strong Act, the shootings in the Valley, it requires shields now. I want to put a shield in each unit. Having one shield would not do us very good, because if it's not in your unit.
Yeah.
You might get to a school, I don't trust the school having a shield, because I just don't, I want to know we have shields. These are rifle rated shields, and they look expensive, but believe me, there's $5,000 shields, and we're not going that route. These shields are level 3 plus, and they'll stop a rifle round. And one-time cost of $3,239.94.
Each or for three?
Total.
Oh,
That's for total.
or three.
And that, I mean, they'll do what we need them to do. Now, is it the lot lighter ones and with the look through glass? No, but this will give us something. And I think they're good shields. I bought these shields for Collinsville when I was up there. I bought the bigger ones, but if you're not a big guy or anything, they're heavy. But these are only like 13.3 pounds. And We also might have an opportunity to get a free nice one with glass in it and have a different material we really like through a program, but we're not sure if we will or not.
Says some kind of grant, like a grant program.
More of a charity deal, more of a donation. Yeah.
How
Not
long-
said it, but
Like bulletproof, like plates, they're usually rated for a certain period of time. How long will these last?
they'll last.
Okay.
Yeah, they're not, yeah, they're not going
Expiration,
anywhere.
5 year, 10 year,
They're
whatever.
not going.
Shields don't get certified like that.
No,
They don't.
they don't.
The, NIJ, who does like bullet, vests, they don't certify shields, cause it's just it's not a, I don't know why, to be honest, but that's why they were saying, I was talking to the rep, and there's a lot of companies who put something out and they're like, oh, we promise it does this, but people go shoot it and a bullet will go right through it, and they're like, okay, well, it's just, you can say that, but it's, so this RTS company, they're a reputable company, like Denton has these shields, Flyer has the shields. They've been put through the ringer, they're the National Tactical Officers Association rated, they're approved, so it's not just some, like, Timu shield, it's a good brand.
PPS, they outfitted every one of their units with them. They're good, decent shields.
We don't have anything like this right now. No.
Nothing.
And as you said, it's like mandatory now because of Uvalde. I mean,
It's mandatory that the schools have them and all that, but it's, I don't wanna rely on the school to have it.
Or even be able to get to it.
Get to it when you get there.
Right.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
You wanna get in there, you wanna get in there and go.
And there's no need from team.
They very well could, because all they want is to say, okay, we got a shield. Yeah.
Well, that's what the rep was saying, that they're buying, a bunch of schools are just buying like small little ones, because they're just trying to get compliance, they're not trying to actually do for like practicalities, so.
and these would be in the vehicles, right?
Just be in the vehicles. And they'll be in a carry bag. You can actually put it on as a backpack, which is great. It's a great idea. Yeah. Because you'll want to carry it in with you.
So they show three sizes, there's small, medium, and large, and which one is this?
Forget the medium.
The medium, okay.
It is 13.3 pounds. So it's pretty easy to handle.
Have we added any training to the training budget for the team to go through shield training?
We'll be doing our own training and stuff. We have trainers.
Okay,
We'll be doing our training.
okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely be doing some range. Working with it. We have plenty of ammo and all that.
Okay. Other questions, discussion around shields? Yeah. I don't think we need to take any action on this particular item. This is really just a public hearing and presentation. So at this point, we'll go ahead and open up, at the time shows 6:49. We'll open the public hearing for the budget and the presentation that the chief presented. And again, we do not have anyone in the hall this evening, so we will go ahead and close public hearing at 6:50.
Can I go back to the question about the launchers, the 40mm launchers? Does that come with, a case? I mean, how do you plan on storing those in the vehicles?
It'll be in case.
Okay, does it come with a case? Do you need to buy a case? Do we need to budget?
Pretty sure it comes with a case. Yeah, it comes with a case.
Okay.
So, yeah, we definitely won't just be putting them in there, letting them slide
I
around.
understand that, just want to make sure that we have funds. for-
Same way with
Come
the, with the shields too, they come in that case, so that, because they can beat up and break something back there,
Right.
so especially slide around.
Okay, I just asked that earlier. So.
Now, I don't know if I can say this or not, but but TCO now has a rule that we have to change out our ballistic vest every 5 years. After 5 years, you have to replace your vest. So that's
Is who?
Texas Commissioner of Law Enforcement. They like to stick their fingers in everything, but I'm gonna have to look at our vest, because this might be something I need to come next year for. I just
Or,
want,
or if we need to amend the budget, after this one gets approved, if we need to amend it later this year.
I think right now we're okay. I'm gonna have to just get with LT here and see when we ordered the last ones.
Yeah,
But we'll wanna stay on top of that.
yeah, I would say don't wait till next year. I mean, if it's something that you guys find out, hey, these are overdue, I mean, we can do a budget amendment, right? Just through a meeting and make the adjustment to say, hey, we need to add to the budget for this year. So, yeah.
Alright, thank you.
Can that just all at one thing, or is it the different dates depending on the officers hired? Isn't that, would that be staggered, or you have to put, because they're not all.
We'd have to see, I'm not sure how they ordered these.
Okay.
I'm not sure who has what or how long they've had it. So we'll have to look at that. They're about you on average, probably $1,500.
Yeah.
Maybe with an outer vest, maybe $2,000. I don't know. Could be cheaper, but
Yeah.
So does the
No question.
material break down, or I don't understand why?
it'll probably last longer than what, that, they're only gonna guarantee 5 years.
Okay.
So if you're wearing an older one than that, you're on your own.
And some people,
Get
some.
brittle or something?
Some officers carry them around in the trunk of their car and the high heat over time, over 4 or 5 years, will just, yeah, right, yeah, just. Sure.
Sure, right?
Just wearing them and sweats through it.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on from the public hearing to item 4, discuss and consider the crime control district fiscal year 2026-27 proposed budget. And that is in the packet.
Page 11.
Page 11. Is there anything we want to actually talk through on that? I see so it looks like from a sales tax revenue plan proposed is 130,000. And sales tax, another 7,000, as you mentioned earlier, that's being knocked down to 8,500 because the interest rate's going down. And then the transfer in, that's basically the planned ending budget or the ending balance, or what is that,
The
77,000?
transfer in 77,000 is to, balance your revenue and your expenses. If you look at the expenses that we're looking at for this year, it's 214,000. So that's how much we need to make up the difference between the sales tax.
Okay, so that's coming from our bucket, basically our
Yes.
kind of extra surplus funds that we have available.
Exactly.
Gotcha, okay. So are there any line items, chief or Shannon or Lieutenant, are there any line items down there in the expenses section that you feel is important to call out as far as increases? I see the equipment, we're going from 50 up to 64,000, I'm assuming that's taken into account.
That's taken into account what Chief Ashenbauer and
The
Lieutenant
request.
Scudder took over tonight. We did put in 7,000 for computer hardware, because there will be 2 computers that need to be replaced this year.
Okay,
And then everything else, and then the small equipment purchases is some of the other equipment that was presented to you tonight, so it's split between that line item and the equipment line item.
okay,
And then we went back down to on the cameras, down back to the original 15,000.
gotcha.
And then we were able to bring the car replacement back down since we purchased the 4th vehicle this year.
Yep.
We're back down to the original loan payment, and that next year will be the third and final payment for that.
Gotcha. Okay,
So not much added, but just put in the numbers that was presented to you tonight.
and it's interesting that it's actually less than our final amended 2025-26 budget.
Yes.
From a revenue and expense perspective, we went from 233 down to 214, so. We're
Yeah, and the stuff that we moved last year into general fund, we left it in general fund just to.
So I would like to ask about, I know there's a training and travel line in there, and I'd like to talk about, like an education line also for educational opportunities for the officers. I've been in this town for a few years, we're on a 3rd police chief, right? Not that we're pushing out the door here, chief, but like, it's just It's just the nature of the departments, especially in the smaller towns. It's a couple of years and people move on. And, you know, there's opportunities for people to move up in departments, but a lot of times that means education needs to be in place. And so you know, if it's possible, I'd love to see there be a line in the budget that would allow us to, we give a stipend to officers that are trying to get a bachelor's degree or a master's degree.
We currently have that in the general fund.
It's in the general fund. Okay.
Certification pay.
It's certification, but okay. Is it sufficient, or is there a way we can enhance it if that was something we'd be interested in to lighten the burden on officers paying out of pocket?
I think the transfer of 30,000 that's in the budget over to general fund for a police officer. I think that's sufficient right now. We can definitely look into it at a later date.
That's for the education, that's right now.
It could be used for anything police officer related.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that's what we put it in there for.
That's something the council has to approve, or?
They have to approve everything that this is going to them in July.
With the individual expenditures for, if the chief wanted to give an officer $5,000 for an educational enhancement, is that something the council has to approve, or does the chief have the discretion to just award those monies out of the general fund?
What we usually do for a budget, just like here, we're bringing you a match for each budget line item, and then once that's approved, they're able to use that as fit, as they see that.
Okay, any further discussion on, any of the line items or budget in general? If not, I'll entertain a motion to approve the budget as presented.
I'll make that motion to approve the budget for 2026-27 as presented.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any further discussion? Questions? If not, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? It is unanimous. All right, very good. With that, that comes to the end of the items on the agenda. So we will show that the meeting is adjourned at 6:58 p.m. Thank you, everyone, for being here and for your rapt attention.
Appreciate y'all's support.